Hey, what's going on everybody? Coach DT with Dynamic Training. In episode 1 of Box Talk, one of our big questions that we hit on was how young is too young for our athletes to start lifting, and what should they start doing? When should we start learning the fundamentals and the foundations to weightlifting? So in this video, what I'm gonna do is show you our favorite beginner exercises in the weight room, our beginner strength training exercises. Now this can be for younger athletes where we're not as focused on heavy load, just looking at good form, good technique, or this could be something for a beginner, somebody that's getting into the weight room for the first time, somebody that's starting to learn and wants to get comfortable, wants to know where should I start. In this video, we're gonna show you reps, sets, and exercises that are gonna help you start your journey in the weight room. All right guys, right here we got our heel elevated goblet squats. Remember, right now we're working on technique, we're working on fundamentals, okay? So make sure your form is on point, make sure you're looking good, make sure your core is braced, and that your knees go out when we sink down into this goblet squat, okay? Don't compromise your form for weight in the beginning, right? I need you to give me 3 to 4 sets of anywhere between 10 and 15 reps. Our second lower body movement is gonna be a split squat, okay? Like I said, technique, form is number 1, and number 2, weight and load is gonna come after we've perfected that, okay? So, without our dumbbell here, chest is gonna be tall, we're gonna split those legs. Abs are tight. Anytime we split legs or we're doing any single leg movements, we gotta make sure that core is extra braced, okay? From here, I want you to make sure that your front knee presses forward over the top of your foot and that back knee comes down. Abs are tight, slight lean forward as we come back up. We're right here. Slow and under control is the name of the game. Feels easy, we got good form, let's add some load to it. You can take a kettlebell, you can take a dumbbell, hold it right at the chest just like the goblet squats. We're back in that split stance, knee comes down, and we're powering back up. Slow and under control, every single rep. I'm looking for 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps on each leg. Our third exercise is actually a full body movement. This has got 3 pieces to it. It's a squat to hammer curl to shoulder press, okay? Love this exercise because full body movements are what we love to do as athletes, all right? So feet should be shoulder width. When we start in that squat position, I only want you to go as far as those dumbbells go right past your knees. So we push that butt back, knees stay pressed out. Right when the dumbbells come underneath the knees, I come up, my core is tight, I hammer curl, and once I get here, I'm pressing up overhead, okay? A really important coaching point here, when we turn to the side, I don't wanna see that arch in your back when we press. That's not good for your back. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the core as we press up overhead, all right? I'm looking for you to give me somewhere between 10 to 12 reps for our squat to hammer curl, shoulder press. Let's get 3 to 4 sets of this exercise as well. All right guys, now we're moving on to our upper body exercises. I'm gonna show you 2 different variations to a very similar exercise here, okay? So first one, we're gonna go plate press, all right? So you need to get yourself a plate. I like to use a plate. Like I said, start with form and technique, so load should be number 2, right? This is something that should be comfortable to start with. We're gonna hold that plate, we're gonna take a seat on a bench. Once we rock back, the big key here is I want your elbows to stay tight to your body, okay? Pin those elbows close to your ribs. We come down nice and slow. That plate touches our chest, punch. I want to see you come down slow, punch on the way up. Slow, punch on the way up. We're looking for you to be explosive in this movement, all right? The second variation is going to be a floor press, so I'm going to show you that next. Welcome to the floor. All right, now we're going floor chest press, okay? The reason we're doing this on the floor is because we are using the ground as our range of motion, okay? So when our elbows hit the ground, we're gonna pause, and then we're gonna punch just like we did with those plate presses. Slow and controlled on the way down, punch and explode on the way up. So we're right here, grab those dumbbells, start up tall, elbows come down slow, pause, 1 count, punch at the top. Slow on the way down, pause, punch on the way up. No matter which exercise you decide to do, floor presses or the plate presses, let's get 3 to 4 rounds. I need 10 to 15 reps. Remember, I want your volume high. I don't want you guys doing anything for 5, 6, 8 reps. Everything should be slow, under control. Let's focus on that technique. A common theme in the weight room is to have a push and a pull movement. Those are the two major movements that you're gonna have. So the plate presses, the floor presses, that is that push movement. So now we're gonna work the reverse, we're gonna work that pull movement. I'm gonna give you two different exercises to kind of pick and choose between. Let's get to it. Our first exercise right here is gonna be a chest supported row, okay? So we're using that bench at an incline to support our chest and to keep us put in a good position. Once we're here, we're gonna grab those dumbbells. Number one coaching point I'm gonna give you, don't allow those shoulders to round. I want you to pull those shoulder blades back, squeeze them together. Then from here, we're gonna lead with our elbows, pull, get a good squeeze, let those arms fully elongate, but still keep your shoulder blades pinched back together. Squeeze at the top, come down nice and slow. This is one of my favorite pull exercises. Remember, I'm looking for 3 to 4 reps, 10 to 15 reps. Our second pulling exercise here is gonna be a single arm row. The number one thing I want you guys to focus on when doing this exercise is realizing that it is a back exercise, okay? So what that means is I want you to be bent over, okay? So for example, when I'm in a good position, before I even start my reps, I want a hand on top of the bench. I want your chest folded over. So I'm here in this position. Okay, what I see a lot of people do, a simple mistake, people are sitting really tall, meaning they'll grab that weight and they'll be here and they'll row here, okay? It's pulling a little bit more with your shoulder. For the purpose of what I'm looking for, I want you to stay bent over so we can use a little bit more of that back. So I'm folded over at the hips. Once again, pull my shoulder blades back, big chest, and I'm gonna pull with that elbow. 1 second pause, slow on the way down. 1 second pause, slow on the way down. Looking for 3 to 4 sets, 10 to 15 reps on each arm. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope this was beneficial to you. I know that some parents hesitate to get their kids started in the weight room early. They want to wait until they're in high school. The biggest thing we talk about is when kids get to that 13, 14 age range, they start ego lifting, meaning they're with their friends, they want to see how much weight they can put up. The purpose of this video and the purpose of lifting and training at a younger age, meaning 11, 12, 13, is form and technique. Setting your kids up with the right foundation, your young athletes with the right foundation so that they can be successful when they decide to add load and go heavier and heavier. It's not gonna stunt your kids' growth. If form is done correctly, we're gonna help actually with bone density and strengthening the bones of our younger athletes so they're gonna be healthier and they're gonna be able to have longer careers. So don't shy away from the weight room. Shy away from ego lifting, but not from doing things the right way.